My son was one of 3 survivors from the collapsed portion of the Champlain Towers, and I wanted to do everything I could to help him recover from the PTSD and the loss of his mom. And he's been in therapy, and I started looking at other modalities to help him deal with the actual trauma and the triggers.
To see a boat literally right next to my apartment as I'm trying to pull my grandmother and my girlfriend out, that's the scariest thing in the world, because I can't stop no boat. I'm not Superman. The only thing that was stopping a boat was a car that was submerged. It could have just floated up even more and just came our way, and it would have been done for us, man.
One minute I'm crying, the next minute I'm thinking like, it'll get better. But then I keep crying, and then it's just like the same pattern on.
He was a good guy. He was a loving person, comical, a family man. He loved his children. He wasn't confrontational, wasn't violent, never even carried weapons. Hell, they say he in the streets, but he never even got into it with none of the people in the streets. Well, I heard a shot, and I looked out my door, and that's when I seen a whole bunch of commotion down here with sheriffs, and I ran down here, and by the time I got up to the grass, they was literally riddling him with bullets.
This just was a wake-up call for us. But we're not going to tear this town down because of this. Even if they do not truly give the tape or the video, whatever's on it, to the public, give the family closure. Show them. Don't edit it, but show them the raw footage.
Callahan is a small town, and small communities with a virus that is so easily to spread, it can cover the whole town pretty quickly.
Anyone who knows me very well knows that I have been adamantly anti-vaccination ever since it was made available.
I know it's an individual choice at this time, but for me, there's more reason for me to go ahead and get the vaccine.
They do not, and the state authority does not know who Uvalde police was communicating the 911 calls to. What we do know is that the 911 calls were not being communicated to the so-called incident commander, Officer Arredondo. They were being communicated to a Uvalde police officer, and the state agency that I have spoken to has not told me who that is.
Youth, we have NS1 representatives, the brigade, Miami medical team. There's a lot of leaders here.
Radio Mambi and WQBA have been the voices of the exiled community and of the suffering of the Cuban people in the island throughout 63 years under a communist rule.
We have some work to do in Jacksonville. It's my hometown. I really care about this city, county, and I want to do the work that's been done, but there's a tremendous amount of work to be done because it's a highly segregated city, and having District 7, 8, and 9 continue to be packed will make it even continue the segregation. So we wanted to stop that.
Well, there was a little confusion at first because they'd held the countdown, and the coverage went blank, and then all of a sudden, kaboom!
8
it emerged, and about that time, you got the sound. A crackle like, I don't know, I've seen a lot of launches, that was a hell of a crackle, so.
Hey, yeah, it blew up, but hey, it blew up in visual range, which is, hey, that's bad, but it's also great. I got to actually see the whole flight.
I'd like to someday, like I did in 1968 or 69, I was 9 years old and I sat in Colorado and watched them walk on the moon. So how much fun would that be before I die to watch them walk on Mars, for instance?